GolfNewsRI presents the Golf Dudes Podcast. Here are the dudes. Hello, everybody. Welcome to a special edition of the Golf Dudes Podcast, PGA Championship preview. We are just a few hours away from tee off at Southern Hills in Oklahoma, and super exciting. There's more than enough stuff to talk about. This whole week has been one giant content orgasm, if you will. And so we have tons to talk about. We're going to get into all of it over the next 45 minutes to an hour or so. Joining alongside is Mr. Rich Capali. Rich, how are you doing today, buddy boy? Happy
Not too bad.
Week to you.
Absolutely. Always a huge bump. I mean, it's summer, so that's great. You know, we're getting into like spring/summer.
Yes.
One of the nicest days of the year. Played around this morning. Didn't score well, but whatever. I didn't sweat an ounce, which was nice. I even wore a quarter zip. For those of you who know, I sweat a lot, so it's all good. It was nice today. Absolutely perfect. Major week, major championship week. My buddy's getting married soon. We got a bachelor party this weekend. Hopefully golf on Sunday. So I am all loaded up, ready to go. Let's go.
Absolutely. So PGA Championship, Southern Hills, coverage begins Thursday morning on ESPN Plus, and then switches to ESPN. Then our friend Jim Nantz takes over on the weekend. He keeps wanting to Zoom call me. I don't know if he's going to Zoom call me anymore, but I'll let you know.
You keep getting emails on him asking you to Zoom call. You know,
Yeah,
it's getting a little intrusive, if you ask me.
He wants GolfNewsRI's opinion. So anyway, so that's going on all week. There's plenty to talk about. Obviously, there's been press conferences over the last few days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. LIV Golf is overshadowing a bit the whole tournament. Phil Mickelson side of things and how that all ties into LIV Golf has been overshadowing of the tournament. Obviously, Tiger Woods is back playing again, his second major. All reports indicate he looks a lot better than he did at the Masters. So we can get into all of that. I think the biggest story coming into the week was, will Phil Mickelson play? Will the defending champion play? I was under the impression that he was going to play, given how Nance and Fowler were talking about him on the Zoom call last week, or whatever day that was. Again, they all blended into one.
I was for sure convinced that he was going to play. And
then on Friday afternoon, it was odd because you put up a statement on our Facebook page, and I took it and put it in like a little bit of an article just to have it in both places. But either way, good snag on your part. It was odd because the PGA of America announced it and not him. I thought that was strange. He's been nothing on social media.
Yeah, no, not a word from him. It was crazy.
So I thought that was strange that the PGA of America announced it. And then obviously every player is being asked about. Is being asked about him this week so far, and they'll say they wish he was here, and as a competitor, they wish he was here. So a whole bunch of things with Phil Mickelson, but where are you with that story? Again, you actually broke the story for us on Facebook, and then I just simply not copy and pasted, but I kind of put it together in a little bit of an article. But you were on top of that story from
what day
so
was that? Was that Friday?
It was Friday afternoon because I was golfing.
That's right. Yeah. So I played with my brother-in-law on Friday. Came home, scrolled through Twitter, and all of a sudden, like, my phone was blowing up with notifications from the PGA, foreplay, all that stuff, and I'm like, "Holy crap! I got to send this to Joe." And then I felt it necessary to put it as breaking news on our Facebook page. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I want to say that I'm not 100% surprised about it. I felt there was like a 40 to 45% chance that he wasn't gonna play, just because of this whole gambling thing. The books coming out from, was that Nipmuc, right?
Nipmuc. It came out yesterday.
Nipmuc, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. So word on the street is
And there's supposedly another book coming out that's about his gambling from the guy.
So this is word on the street, on the social media street is that there's some pretty damning stuff about Phil's outside of the PGA Tour game type of stuff. So I'm not. I word on the street is that it's like it has a little bit to do with that. Some untold. So this book is going to bring to light some untold stuff about that. You got the whole LIV thing and the Greg Norman thing that we're going to get to a little bit later. Some actual breaking news as of yesterday that I sent you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's a whole smorgasbord full of shit that could be and is possibly the reason that Phil's not playing. So obviously, we're both huge Tiger fans, but we also, you know, as a Tiger fan, you have Phil as a like secondary fan because of that like rivalry type of thing. So I'm disappointed that, especially that he's a what's it called, defending champion. How you doing at Kiowa of all places? Yeah, it's gonna be pretty crappy that he's not gonna be there.
How much of a circus would have been if he was there? Can you imagine what a circus?
I think we talked about this maybe pre-show last week. If he just aired out all of his crap in the first press conference, I think everything would have been fine. You know, we all know that
first press conference would have been a doozy though.
Of course, no, absolutely. We're gonna be sitting there like this, you know, like, oh my God, what's coming up next? But it would have been a half hour, or, you know, however long it is, and it would have lasted maybe the first day, and maybe the first what's it called? The first broadcast of national, which is what, CBS, right? Nance and everybody would have talked about it like for the first, like, you know, hour of the broadcast, and then it would have been gone. Air it out. Let's go. Do whatever. Yes, I know I've had some troubles in the past, this and that. Air it all out. You're going to get talked about on the Golf Channel for Thursday for about maybe a segment, if that, and then a segment on Saturday when they switch over to CBS. And everything would have been forgotten about. You are the defending champion. That takes precedent over everything. So I don't know. I'm leaning more towards it was a Phil decision more than a PGA decision. So, I mean, either way, it's disappointing.
Yeah, it was too bad he was not playing. It was interesting. Everyone was talking about him. Everyone was asking about him. Everyone was being asked about him this week. And like I said, Rory said he wished he was there.
Everybody. Yeah, I think even Tiger said he wished he was there. You know,
friend Bob Harrig asked Tiger Woods about Phil, and Tiger actually gave real answers, which I was not expecting. Something that I was wondering was, has Tiger reached out to Phil? And Bob asked him, and Tiger said, no, we have completely different, you know, opinions on the status of the PGA Tour, and I don't feel it necessary to.
So yeah, so it was a whole LIV thing. So yeah, I get that. Yeah.
And Tiger said he wished that Phil was here as a competitor.
He's completely staying on that side.
But Phil has said things that many people disagree with about the tour. So that was kind of an interesting exchange, and Tiger actually gave real answers to it. So that whole Phil Mickelson thing, obviously now the wait is to see if he plays, you know, in the U.S. Open. But if he plays in the if he plays in the LIV Golf event, that's the week before the U.S. Open, I feel like he's not going to be playing in the U.S. Open because the PGA Tour is going to ban him. So
yeah,
the whole thing is still going on. There's a whole fascinating thing about it, obviously.
Ricky
Fowler dropped some news yesterday. He said he hasn't decided yet if he's going to go to LIV Golf or stay on the PGA Tour. So that was an interesting, like, little nugget. Like, well, maybe Ricky, if you actually like get your crap together and like play.
I mean, it's been what? It's been like 2 years, right? It's been like 2 years. So
maybe even 3.
I mean, if you don't have it today, you might seek a bigger payday on a 20-man roster. Anyways, before we go back to that. The whole Phil thing, like, just air it out. Just be done with it. And if it's a Phil thing that he's not playing, then that's a shame. I'm sorry. You know, that's an absolute shame. The Ricky thing. Jordan Spieth had a bad run. What, was it a year and a half?
Yeah, about. Yeah.
But he figured it out after a year and a half. Ricky's been not good for about 2 years. You got to think he's not. I mean, he didn't play in the Masters this past year or the year before.
Yeah.
So
He's
2
got
years.
a Monday queue for the U.S. Open.
Oh, Monday queue for the U.S. Open.
Which who knows if he's
Didn't
going to make it.
I don't think he's going to make it. So this may be the tour for him. You know what I mean? This may be a.
It might be the biggest name on the tour.
You know what I mean? And that's gonna make them money. You know what I mean? I mean, we're gonna go anyways, regardless of anything. But Ricky Fowler's gonna be a nice draw. You know what I mean? So this may be like a quote unquote bailout plan for a guy like that. You know?
Right. So all of that is overshadowing the PGA Championship, and we'll get to some of the in-depth stuff on the PGA. But I want to make the jump from Phil to LIV Golf, which is obviously an easy transition. LIV Golf, there was sort of, I don't know, breaking news. It's not, I don't know if it's official, but Alan Shipnuck yesterday, I guess, reported, and you sent me an article that Greg Norman could possibly be out at LIV Golf. I guess the Saudis aren't too happy with him. Jack Nicklaus has.
I mean, would you be?
No, because he's messing this whole thing up. He keeps making stupid comments over and over again.
This is the least surprising news in the golf world.
So that's not confirmed. We'll see what happens. But Greg Norman obviously has been known for blowing things. So he's apparently seems like he's in the process of blowing this.
Savage. That was savage.
I mean, have you watched the documentary?
Savage.
So Jack Nicklaus came out the other day. I forget who he said it to, but he said he was offered $100 million to be the head of the company or whatever. So I think that's where Alan kind of got that from. Obviously, Alan is well connected. He's been a golf writer for a long, long time. I'm actually going to buy that book at some point. His book and Bob Harrigan's book. I have to get.
Yeah, I'm definitely I'm more than
intrigued.
More than intrigued to read that. Absolutely.
You're not even a reader.
I'm not. But like that's I want to see what it's all about. You know what I mean? Especially, given the fact that Phil's not playing in the PGA due to possibly the stuff that's coming out in both books. So I'm definitely going to be interested for that. So
the LIV Golf. Now there's obviously a local tie. LIV Golf is coming to the International in September. I have more on that coming up. As I played the International on Monday, as many of you probably know, because I think I put some social media about it. Oh, I did a course review. Duh. Anyway, sorry. And I talked to them.
How'd you play?
I shot well. So we only got through 12 holes, so it started downpouring. So I shot 46 on the front, not even knowing the course.
That's not bad.
That's 10 over at the International, so that's pretty good.
That's not bad.
Yeah. So anyway, so we'll have more on that coming up. I talked to the general manager about hosting a LIV Golf event, asked the questions that you had asked. He wasn't all that thrilled that I asked the question, but
of course not.
I'm there for the friggin' content. The only reason I went there was to friggin' talk about LIV Golf.
What town is it in?
Bolton. It's about an hour ride ish. So anyway, so that's coming up on the GolfNewsRI website at some point within the next day. And I have some other cool stuff that's coming out, with it. But anyways, so I talked to them. LIV Golf is coming. They're excited to have it there. They're gonna have like boxes and all kinds of stuff. And then there's even a media day for it and everything. So that'll come over the summer. But LIV Golf, Greg Norman could be out, could be still in. No one really knows. Shipnuck obviously is well connected.
Dude, that could be a sneaky fun day for us, by the way, as media people.
Oh, the whole thing is fun.
You know what I mean? Fun. That could be a sneaky, fantastic day for us.
It's all fun.
No, I'm saying media, job wise, media wise, and like just being, hanging out wise.
Yeah. No, it's totally gonna be fun. It's fascinating. Now we still don't know who the field is or who's possibly in the field for this LIV Golf. So that's kind of where they're pulling short. Yeah. Like, who are we seeing? Maybe Richard Bland says he's going there no matter what. But who wants to see Richard Bland?
I don't even know who that is.
He's in the European tour, exactly. He's like 50.
I've seen him on.
You know
I've seen
who
him
he
on
is.
the
You
on
know
the
who he
late night broadcast
You
at
know.
like 3 a.m. in the
Yeah,
European
you know
tour.
who he
Yeah.
You know who he is. So all of that being said, it's all crazy. Like I said, it's as fascinating. It might even be more fascinating than what I thought it was going to be. I'm not sure which one, but it's pretty close.
Dude, it might be on that of the PGA the PGA Championship lead up into the US Open. You know what I mean? That's especially it being the week before. I mean, it's a pretty decent lead up to it, you know?
Yeah. And so to be clear, just to clarify, the LIV Golf at International is in September. That's not the one that's the week
Sorry.
before.
Yep.
So, no, it's not your fault. I just want to make sure that we're separate. We're going back and forth. I just want to make sure we're separating the two. But your take on the status of where we are with all of this chaos with the new Greg Norman report from Shipnuck and the Jack Nicklaus thing that he told to, I don't know what publication he gave it to, but he told Golf Week 100 million. The whole situation with LIV Golf as it has completely kind of at least overshadowed the pre-tournament week of the PGA Championship to this point.
So I sent you that last night, that
I think you sent it last
from
night.
Golf WRX or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So right now, meaning this week, is the time to get rid of him because the time is ticking. You know what I mean? You gotta, if they're gonna get rid of somebody, you gotta get rid of him now because we're a month away from the US Open, give or take. You know what I mean? A month in like a week or so.
Almost exactly.
Maybe not. Yeah. So
1 month from tomorrow was Sunday of the US Open.
There you go. So this needs to happen this week because if you don't establish a leader of a league, these guys aren't going to want to go there. You know what I'm saying? At least as shitty of a leader as Norman's been, at least they know who's leading the league. You know what I'm talking about? But if you wait another week or two to establish another leader, these people, these guys who join the league are going to be like, I'm not going to get behind this guy. He just took the seat, a week or two ago. So they really need to establish a leader this week or as early as next week to even have a shot at this thing happening. Because if they wait too long, this whole thing's going to be an absolute explosion.
Yeah. So that's sorry, I have a Golf Channel on in front of me.
No, that's fine. I have the Brave
Tiger
on,
Woods
and I'm looking at that too.
On the green.
But yeah, so it could be a huge cluster of a cluster bleep of just like mass proportions if you don't take care of what you need to take care of in a timely manner. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So that is all the stuff leading up to the PGA Championship. I know it's not straight PGA Championship talk, but we're going to get to that in a minute. But it's the biggest stories. It's two biggest stories in golf, really, and certainly regarding the PGA Tour. So we'll see when Phil appears. It could be maybe it'll be the U.S. Open. They have to figure out how to deal with that chaos. But
we really got to figure out if he's like welcome back on the PGA Tour.
Right.
Because you got to think that Augusta, the PGA Championship, the Open, actually all four majors are not associated with the PGA Tour, correct?
Right, technically. Right.
So
the PGA Championship is PGA of America, which is two different.
The PGA of America.
A lot of people don't actually realize.
The US Open is the USGA, and the Open is the Royal
RNA.
The RNA. Yeah, the RNA. So it's like, why wouldn't you, even if you're exiled from the PGA Tour as like a whole, why wouldn't you play in the 4 major events that aren't associated with the PGA. So I think that's a little weird.
Unless they're all in it together and they're all coming together and saying,
there's like a coalition against him.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's
PGA America,
it's very weird.
The CEO of PGA America, Seth
Waugh, yeah.
He had a press conference, I believe, yesterday. Tuesday, yesterday, at noontime, because he was right before Tiger's press conference, and he denounced the LIV Golf, and he said he doesn't think it's good for the sport and all this other stuff. So you wonder if they're kind of all in this type of thing together.
You got kind of like one for all and all for one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 3 months like,
everybody's got to stick together, you know.
For sure. So that's kind of the stuff going on with that. Obviously, there's tons going on. There's a lot of chaos and who's going where and who's leaving. These guys are coming out against it, and Justin Thomas is telling people to go if they want to go. And
my whole thing is I think that there's not. I don't think there's going to be. I think Ricky Fowler might be the biggest surprise to go, and if that's the case, then it's not really that big of a deal. I'm going to be honest with you. Besides Phil, obviously.
Yeah.
If Ricky Fowler is the number one outside of Phil to go to this tour, it's not really that big of a deal, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, like I said, depends.
As a fan, it's going to be a big deal. But as like a true golf, like somebody like people who know golf, like me and you, or like think we know golf, whatever it is.
Pretend.
It's not that big of a deal to us. It's not surprising, but like to younger kids or fans of Ricky Fowler and stuff like that, it'll be a big deal. It's not really that big a deal in the grand scheme of things,
No. So there's that. So we'll see. Well, we'll see how he does this week. Because if he plays well this week, then I think his attitude is going to change.
I really hope so. I like him. I like what he did for the whole the culture, a little bit of culture, a lot of the clothing status of it, So I'm really hoping he gets to like the Jordan Spieth of like turning it around after a year,
Mm-hmm. So there's that. So that's kind of the lead stories that we're going with here. Phil and LIV Golf. Obviously, we're going to get into the actual tournament itself, because this is a PGA Championship preview, and we're going to do that after this commercial break. Billy Andre joins the show. Billy, thanks so much for doing this, and we appreciate you taking the time.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
I'm very excited to be joined by an 11-time Emmy Award winner, and that is Armin Katayan. Massachusetts Women's Amateur Champion Allison Paik.
The days of the country club just being golf and maybe one amenity are gone. Unfortunately, Metacomet doesn't have those.
He has a very rare condition called kyphoscoliotic Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. And at the time of diagnosis, there was only 60 documented cases in the world.
When we legitimately played the last 4 holes at Newport National, you could not see 50 yards.
Welcome back to this special edition of the Golf Dudes podcast, PGA Championship preview. First segment, we talked a lot about Phil's absence. The LIV Golf was around with them because, again, these two things have really overshadowed the first couple of days of PGA Championship week. And now, this segment, we want to kind of move into the actual tournament. And our lead story there, of course, as diehard fans and as by the hat that I'm wearing, is, of course, Tiger Woods is back in action. For the first time since the Masters, all reports indicate that he's a lot better than he did at the Masters. Obviously, he won at Southern Hills in 2007, but the course is drastically different now from what everyone is saying. He's not going to be able to hit 2 irons off the tee every hole like he did back then. And it looks like the weather is going to be better than it was back then. Not going to be.
It's supposed to be super, super windy on Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, the wind is going to play a big factor. So Tiger is back. Tiger's playing this week. He tees off at 9:11 a.m. tomorrow, and then 2:30 p.m. on Friday afternoon. So what a Friday afternoon that's going to be.
Yeah. Oh, shit. That's so bad for my work schedule. God damn it.
Schedule.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so funny because little bump to the foreplay pod. They ended up getting their white whale and walking a couple holes with Tiger, and I forget who brought it up. I think it was Riggs brought up the putt that lipped out for his 62 when he played there. He still said he is super salty about lipping out that putt after all these years. He's super salty. So bump to the foreplay guys. If you guys want to hear that story, check out their pod. But yeah.
So your expectations of Tiger this week? He's looked better supposedly. He looks good on TV. I mean, I've been watching him. Your expectations for Tiger this week?
So I haven't. I mean, I've worked the past 2 days, so I haven't really seen any of his practice rounds except for like the helicopter sniper shots that we got like 2 weeks ago, whatever the hell it was. So
it's all over Golf Channel now. They're literally showing him play holes. So
my understanding is that aside from I think 2 holes, Southern Hills isn't really that hilly. It's pretty much
even
flat-ish, aside from the fact that coming from his mouth, hashtag bump to the foreplay podcast, he said that a lot of, if you miss long, a lot of the back of the greens are like kind of faded together. So they're gonna, if you miss long, it's gonna roll off the back and it's gonna keep rolling, unlike on a regular PGA Tour thing where it's like fringe, rough, and then like super rough. So that's going to be really, really challenging. Like we said, they're expected windy conditions on Thursday and Friday. So expect a lot of these guys to be playing driver off the tee because it's a long course, and expect them to be super picky with their chip shots and approach shots because, like I said, if they roll off the back, roll off the sides, it's going to roll into not waste areas, but like collection areas off the side of the green because the grass is faded. It's like faded from the green to the first cut to the rough. So it's going to be very interesting. I think it's like 94 degrees in Oklahoma right now. So it's going to be really, really interesting to see how the forecast plays out. Like I said, it's going to be super windy Thursday, Friday, but who knows? I mean, it's Wednesday today. Who knows what the forecast could be on Saturday, Sunday? It could be tornadoes. It could be lightning, wind.
Nice.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Oklahoma's crazy. It's the Midwest. It's absolutely nuts. My expectations for Tiger, I think he makes the cut by a couple shots. I don't know a lot about the course, so I don't know what the number would be. It's a major championship, so I'm thinking the cut may be around like 1 or 2 under. I'm just gonna set it at that because I don't know what the course is like. Major championships are always more challenging. So I'd like to say he finishes top 30. I think he finishes like top 30, top 25, give or take. That's my I like not knowing about what the course is. So I think it's about like top 25, top 30.
Yeah, it should be interesting. I mean, he said in his press conference yesterday, he says, I feel like I can win this week. He said the same thing with the Masters, of course. He just has to execute. They asked him about coming out of the Masters. He says the Monday after the Masters was brutal, but he got back to work on Tuesday.
And that's what I said. If he could walk 4 days at Augusta, I'm pretty sure he could contend at any tournament. You know what I mean?
Right. So hopefully he finds himself in the mix in some sort of way. Maybe not in the lead, but maybe does something. So we'll see. Again, it's a completely different course almost than what he played in 2007. The winning score back then was actually 8 under, believe it or not.
Oh, was it really? Wow.
In 2007. Obviously, the game has changed since then. So I looked at the leaderboard the other day just to see. And of course, there's nobody else. There's nobody on the leaderboard that's playing today.
Yeah, so you got to think it's probably if you think with the technology and everything, you got to think it's probably like what, 12 to 15, maybe, give or take. If you could like maybe guess,
That could be a good number, for sure.
anywhere between like, we'll say 10 and 15, if you want to make it really broad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So he's in a feature group with Jordan Spieth and Rory McIlroy. The other feature group, of course, is the world's number 1, 2, and 3 playing together: Morikawa, Scheffler, and Jon Rahm.
That's gonna be a banger. Woo.
There, so the Tiger group is in the morning, and the other that Rahm, Scheffler, and Morikawa are in the afternoon, and then they switch.
Obviously, get the
on
Tiger
Friday.
grab in the morning,
So
and then get the Scheffler grab in the afternoon.
It's just going to be complete chaos over in Oklahoma, which, by the way, is apparently the place to be for golf this week, because they just finished the NCAA regional at Oklahoma University.
Yeah.
And
That's fun. Yeah.
And now they're playing the PGA. So apparently Oklahoma is the place to be if you're a golf fan, for at least this week. But anyways,
That's crazy.
Rahm, Scheffler, and Morikawa. We were talking about some.
Can you imagine that? Rahm, Scheffler, Morikawa.
Yeah.
Defending PGA no, I'm sorry, I lied. Defending PGA 2 years ago champion.
Yep.
Defending Masters champion, and defending
US Open.
Yes, US Open. That's a banging group right there. I mean, that's got to be the marquee group right there.
So that's gonna be interesting. Obviously, Scheffler is red hot. He said this is his favorite course. Morikawa has kind of been quiet this year. He's not having, he had an amazing start to his career. So it's like if he has one down year, I think
he's always smooth and even though. That's Morikawa's game, smooth and even.
And Jon Rahm got some confidence back after winning the Mexico Open. He's putting a little better. He feels good. So that'll be an interesting group to watch as well. So what do you think about them? Because then we'll get into some of the other players as well, but we'll do it through betting and some of the odds that we actually talked about beforehand. That was interesting. But just talk about 1, 2, and 3 playing together. Obviously, it's pretty cool thing that happens. It doesn't happen that often. And obviously, the PGA of America can kind of make their pairings on their own. But Rahm, Scheffler, Morikawa, go like Scheffler. Obviously, you like all of them. Like I said, Morikawa's kind of been down this year. But Rahm and Scheffler are obviously red hot coming in.
All right, so I'm sorry, I'm distracted right now because David Krejci is trending right now on Twitter. Sorry, that's because Pasternak is teaming up with him in the IHF tournament. Sorry, I was very, very distracted on that. I'm like, why is David Krejci trending on all people? Holy crap! Anyways, I love Morikawa's game. He is an absolute pure ball striker. If I was gonna put money on anybody, I mean, you got to ride the hot hand in Scheffler. No,
he's the hottest player.
I mean, you have to
right now.
Like also, I don't like to bump other pods, but the foreplay guys, it's like, how many tournaments are you not going to bet on Scheffler and he wins? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like it's crazy. He's got such a sweet, like not amateur swing, but like a sweet, like not conforming swing. Mm-hmm. Like he flares out the foot. You know what I mean? It's absolutely nuts. Fantastic interviews that he's given. His wife's a sweetheart. I mean, you kind of my money's going on Scheffler, but I also like Morikawa. I think he's due to place at least top 5, if not win this tournament. But I can't shake the fact that Scheffler's on such a heater that it can't be passed up.
Yeah. So. Obviously, and he, like I said,
you don't want to miss the Scheffler train if it's there. You know what I mean?
But his betting odds aren't going to be any good. So
no, it's like plus 400, right? We're gonna go through it, but what do we got? Plus 1200 on DraftKings. I mean, we'll go through it afterwards, but
yeah. Well, let's go through it, and then we can pause and talk about some of the different players. Just off the top, my bets that are already in. So that
throw them in. Yep.
At the local casino.
All right, I'll give the bets out here. Hold on.
So the 4 players that I bet on are Patrick Reed, Cam Smith, Patrick Cantwey, and Harold Varner. So those are my 4 bets. There's already into the local casinos, the real bets. We're not just making it up. So those are my 4 guys that I'm riding with. Obviously, that'd be really.
You said Cantwey, right?
Yep.
Cantwey's plus 2,000.
Yep. Varner.
Patrick Reed's plus 9,000.
Yep. I just figure Reed's gonna cheat and he's gonna, get the win that way.
You stupid.
I think he'll get a ball moved somewhere. Someone's gonna move a ball somewhere.
I'm looking for Varner. Hold on.
He's actually excavating the sand traps as we speak.
You know what's crazy is that Kisner's plus 20,000. I would put a slice on him, aside from the fact that this course is so long and he doesn't hit the ball long. So that's why I'm not really entertaining that. HV3 plus 10,000. And you said you made these bets on Monday or Tuesday? Tuesday, yeah. So this shouldn't move that much. So what was the other one? Cantwey
Smith. Cam Smith.
Oh, Cameron Smith, sorry. Cameron Smith is plus 2,200. And then what was the 4th one?
Reed, Smith, Cantwey, and Varner. I think we just.
Oh yeah, so we're good. Yeah, no, I like that. So you made all single bets on all 4 of those guys?
Yeah.
I like it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wouldn't vary from all those. Those are really good. Those are good. Obviously Reed's a dark horse. Cam Smith can win any tournament that he enters, pretty much. Yeah. My picks would be obviously Scheffler. I'm not gonna pass that up. I'm gonna make a bet on Scheffler. You throw a slice on Tiger as a long shot. I mean, even though he's like only 2,000 plus 2,000. I mean, come on. Now we're saying this.
I gotta stop you. We have breaking news out of the PGA Championship. No joke.
Let's go.
Golf Channel just went live with it. And Todd Lewis is reporting that Bryson Duchamp has withdrawn from the PGA Championship to continue recovering from hand surgery. I have the TV muted, so you can get sued if you put the volume up.
But if you want to put that on Facebook, I'll take over the pod.
Breaking news: Duchamp has withdrawn from this
dude.
tournament.
He was hitting like 280-yard seeds with a busted hand. How insane is that? Like,
so there is that. He hasn't played since the Masters.
Yeah, I didn't expect him to play.
It looks like Golf Channel has an interview with him now, so I'll look for that.
Did you see his hand when he was posting pictures of?
Yeah, Mr.
Yeah, it's nasty. It's absolutely nasty. So, anyways,
so there's that. I don't think it changes anything, but there's that breaking news. We'll have something up on it in a bit.
Unless you had him as a long shot. Anyways, so I'm putting a slice on Scheffler as the favorite. Now all these numbers are as of the 18th, Wednesday, on the Sportsbook Rhode Island. I haven't looked at anything else yet. Scheffler is a favorite at plus 800. I am putting a slice on him. You've got. I'm also putting. Let's see. I got to get my. I'm also putting a little bit on Morikawa at plus 1,800. And I had one long shot. Varner is one of my long shots at plus 10,000. It's a great value, given the fact that he's played awesome this year, and also he's not really a long shot, but Max Homa at plus 4,300. So, like I said, I'd love to take Kisner. That's my boy. I think he's a fantastic interview. He's a man's man. Loves to drink beer. Loves to have a good time with his boys. But some of the, like, even he says in his interviews, he said some of these courses just doesn't play to my strength. And this is one of them. This is a very long course. This is a 300 plus hitters course. And he only plays at like 280, 300. So I'd love to bat him, but it's just not happening.
I like when Kisner says, when he says, I don't have a chance to win this week, and the reporter asks him, well, why are you playing? And he says, because the top 20 finish pays a lot of money. That's what I like.
Last place plays 10,000. Like, what the fuck? Like, come on, let's go. But yeah, no. Yeah. So I think without getting into it, I think there's some I think Tiger, he makes the cut. I think he places like top 25, 30.
Mhm.
That's what we said in the pre-show.
Mhm.
I'll do top 25, 30. And like I said, I'm gonna take a slice on Scheffler to outright win it.
Yeah, I mean, I think Scheffler obviously is an obvious bet. I mean, like we said, he's red hot. And
Absolute fire.
we'll see how my picks do. As I said to you before in the pre-show,
I do like Patrick Reed as a sneaky 9,000. That's not bad at all.
Yeah. Well, like I
That
said,
is not bad at all.
I'm banking on him excavating some sand and moving some balls around and using the old foot wedge,
Getting the old
I mean,
dump truck in there, with the excavator.
You gotta do something. You never know. Hey,
and you know what? Another slightly sneaky one is Sebastian Munoz. He almost won wire to wire last week. Shit his pants on Sunday, obviously, but he had the 3-day lead at the Byron Nelson last week. Plus 8,000. Might be a sneaky slice on that one.
He like lit it up on the first day, didn't he? And then he kind of
first, second, and third day. He played. The first and second day. Yeah, I think he ended up was 21 under on the after the second day. So
yeah, so
that might be a little bit of a bet there.
If you really run a long shot, Denny McCarthy was just added to the field of the PGA Championship to replace Bryson DeChambeau. So in case you
hold on, let me see. Hold on. Let me see what the.
In case you're really degenerate, you can bet something named Denny McCarthy.
That's like betting Larry Mize on the Masters.
He will be on TV 0 times this week. I can assure you.
Was it Denny McCarthy? Hold on. Let me see if he's even on the thing.
I have a better chance of being on the PGA Championship TV than Denny McCarthy does, and I'm not even in the PGA Championship.
So there's a holy shit. There's like a nine-way tie. It's nobody that we know, so I'm not even gonna say it. Sure. But yeah, there's like a 9-way tie at plus 200,000 to win the game. There's nobody that we know, so I'm not gonna.
And Denny McCarthy is one of those.
No, he's not. He hasn't been added to the field yet, so it's going to be an extra one. So it's 1, 2,
added in a couple hours.
So 3, 6,
it was literally just
9,
record this. So
12. So 13. There's 13 guys at plus 20,000. 200,000. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
So it'll be 4. So it'll be 4. It'll be 4.
You know what they are? I bet you they're all like PGA professionals.
Professionals,
yeah. I bet that's who they are.
Y.E. Yang is plus 100,000.
That loser.
Rich Beam plus 150,000. John Daly plus 100,000.
Does he have the Hooters people with him?
And is he gonna sign his scorecard?
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus, what a my big daddy Duff is plus 50,000.
Yeah, Big Daddy Duff was at the PGA Championship Champions dinner last night. All 7 people that showed up, and he looked like a stud.
Big Daddy Duff banging them dips out. Let's go.
Yeah. So there's that. So yeah,
I could talk about this for hours. It's amazing.
Do you want to quickly hit some of the prop bets, or you want to?
Yeah, let me. I'm on here right now.
Pick a couple of your favorite ones. We'll hit those quick, and then we'll wrap it up because I don't want to.
Yeah, guys. So, in order to join the Sportsbook Rhode Island, you got to fill out a tax form. So make sure you guys do that. It's Wednesday. Make sure you guys do that today. maybe go to the sports book tonight to do it, so you can get your bets in by 8 o'clock tomorrow. But we got a little bit of props here. So we got the margin of victory for the PGA Championship. One shot is plus 250. 2 shots is plus 350. Playoff is plus 300. 3 shots or more is plus 450, and 4 shots or more is plus 330. The prop bets are a little bit weird, but we also have tournament matchups, which in the pre-show I was telling you that the groupings for the betting on this major championship is actually a little bit better than the Super Bowl. I mean, there was countless number of like receiving props and stuff like that, but the prop bets for this are actually better because we got tournament 2-ball, tournament 3-ball, which if you're not familiar with that, it's 1v1 for 2-ball and 1v3 for 1v2 for 3-ball. So it's nice. I'm not going to go through all these, but some of the top ones on tournament matchups for tournament 2-ball is John Rahm versus Scotty Scheffler. That is going to be a banger to bet. Rahm is plus 110. Scotty Scheffler minus 140. He's getting some clout on that. Justin Thomas versus Rory McIlroy. That is a banger as well. It's pretty much a pick 'em. At JT is minus 110 and Rory is minus 120. That is going to be a slugfest as far as like head to head. Let me give you a little bit more. Victor Hovland's also in the mix too. I'm actually thinking about putting a little bit of something on him. He is just a solid player. He's always getting top 10, top 15s, always making the cut, unless he has, the sneaky bad day or something like that. Victor Hovland versus your boy Cameron Smith is Victor Hovland's even money and Cameron Smith's minus 130. So he's a little bit of a favorite there. Another good matchup is Matsuyama versus Cantwey, which is also plus 100 for Matsuyama, minus 130 for Cameron Smith. Give me 1 second. I want to see a couple of these other ones, even though I should have looked at this. Spieth versus Morikawa. Spieth is actually a favorite at minus 135 to Colin Morikawa's plus 105, which I think is it should be more of a pick 'em as even scale. But if I was going to pick that, I'd probably pick the Morikawa 105 because of Morikawa's ball striking. But if you guys want to bet in Rhode Island, go to the sports book. You can do it on your phone or the website. Just make sure that you go to the sports book and fill out your tax form and put it on file, and then you can sign up for the sports book. But like I said, there's actually more prop bets on the sports book for the PGA Championship than there was for Augusta, which is absolutely insane. So definitely there's definitely some value in these matchups. I would definitely check them out. Like I said, you don't have to put a ton of money on them. I usually bet $5, $10, $20 at a time, but yeah, it's definitely fun. It's a lot better to have a little skin in the game. It makes the watching a little bit better.
There you have it, Rich's betting corner.
I try. I mean, there's a lot of information on this website, so I tried to do a little bit of everything,
Slowly dragging our viewers into deep dark degenerateness.
Do not combine this segment with beer at all.
So there you have it, PGA Championship week. Real quick, your final thought on how this week plays out. Not necessarily a winner, but just how the week plays out.
Like I said, I was talking to you earlier. I honestly don't know a lot about the course. I want to take Tiger top 25. If there was a bet for that, I'd hammer Tiger top 25. Obviously making the cut and finishing inside the top 25. I really don't know. I don't know a lot about it. I haven't watched the live from. I haven't really seen the course. Not that it really matters, but I fully expect the favorites to contend: JT, DJ, Tiger, Morikawa, all those guys, Rahm, all those guys, Cameron Smith, all those guys, to contend. I just don't know how the course is. But yeah, it's going to be an amazing day. I think tomorrow and Friday are going to be amazing because of the crappy weather that's going to come through. Hopefully the wind swirls the balls and everything like that, and it's going to be a good weekend. But it's going to be a rough Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it should be an amazing. As far as the groups go, it should be an amazing Thursday, Friday.
I mean, dude, I forget what the holy crap. Brewers just walked it off. 13. I'm sorry. That's my degenerate. I'm on an absolute baseball heater right now. But yeah. So I'm thinking it's going to be about anywhere between, I'd say 10, 12, like 13 over, without knowing the actual course stuff. But yeah, that's what I'm sticking to.
All right, I think it's going to be a great week. I think hopefully big names are in contention. Hopefully maybe
got to keep the attention.
Got to keep the interest. Cinderella stories don't do anything for page views, so sorry, folks.
No doubt. Yeah.
So hopefully, it'd be nice to see Jordan Spieth in the mix. He's going for the career.
I love it. Absolutely love
it. Maybe Rory gets his stuff together, and we'll see. Some of these, the thing that always makes me nervous about these star-studded groups is that they usually, a lot of times, you see that they don't play well. There's just too much chaos going on around them. So that's one.
I would love to see like I would love to see like the top 15 all be in contention on Saturday. You know what I mean? Just an absolute crap show of like the top 15 just battling it out on a Saturday. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So there's that. So we recap Phil Mickelson, we recap LIV Golf, we talked Tiger, we talked everything on this PGA Championship preview show. So hope everyone enjoys the week. And by the way, if Phil was playing, I'm willing to bet that they would have put him and Tiger together. And that would have been.
Oh no, absolutely no question.
I don't know.
No question.
Oh no, I think it's
no question.
No way. Yeah, they're absolutely
no question. Tiger coming off the injury, Phil coming off of his bullshit. Yo, that would have been awesome. It would probably been Tiger, Phil,
Rory, Phil, Tiger, Rory.
Yeah, Phil, Tiger, Rory. Yeah, or Phil, Tiger, Jordan, maybe. Phil, Tiger, DJ. Yeah, it would have been Phil, Tiger, Rahm, something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And DJ, no one's talking about DJ.
Nobody is talking about DJ. He's a sneaky pick too. Let me bring that up real quick. Hold on.
All right. Real quick, because
plus 2,200. I mean, he hasn't done anything in a while. So
he hasn't done anything. He did marry Paulina Gretzky though.
Did you see that dress she wore? Yikes! Yikes!
They asked him in his press conference. They said, "How much?"
The great one.
He said, "How much did you help with the wedding?" He goes, "I helped for half an hour on the seating chart," and that was it. So there's that.
I could have said something really nasty there, but whatever.
I did.
No, I could have said something really nasty, but
well,
I'm not going to.
This is like anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in. Enjoy the PGA Championship. This has been a Golf Dudes podcast preview as we get ready for the second major of the season. We will talk to you throughout the weekend, and there's certainly a lot going on. We have tons of content on the website. Thanks everybody for your support. Page views and activity has been phenomenal over these last month or two, and it's not even June yet. So anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in. This is the Golf Dudes podcast. We will talk to you same bat time, same bat channel, and next week when we have a PGA Championship winner. Peace.